I've looked up to many years, many years, and everybody knows him in the community of Providence, right? One of the most famous barbers in the city of Providence, maybe the state of Rhode Island. Goes by the name of the Butler. Right, he's gonna come up next. So I want you to welcome the Butler, Mr. Boo Hackney.
Peace, family, peace. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Thank you, Mr. Ray, Globe, Brother Bub. Thank you all for coming out. You know, we don't sweat the weather. You know, we want to shout out the thousands that are here in spirit. And of course, we have a moment of silence for everyone who's lost. But we also want to have a moment of silence for those of us that are here but are still lost, looking for our way. So we have a short moment of silence, please. Thank you. I woke up at about 4:20 this morning and couldn't go back to sleep. I was thinking about tonight, how monumental this is, how consistent we're trying to be, you know, the victories and the consistency, and just couldn't go back to sleep. And I got up, I started looking at the trailer for Exodus, Gods and Kings, or Kings and Gods, or whatever it may be. And started looking at the trailers and everything. Last week my customer said, "You going to see Exodus?" I was like, "Nah, I don't want to see that white fallacy." I mean, because they're still running that game on us, but still you got to be up on game. So I'm looking at the trailers and everything, and they're still telling the story, still lying, still really going hard to misdirect us, and really still telling our story, but with their face on it. And we don't really know that the story of Exodus is upon us right now. Because the story of Exodus is the older folks were scared to leave Pharaoh. They didn't want to disregard their comforts and walk away from their comforts, even though they was oppressed and enslaved. And God was like, "All right then, you old folks stay there and die out. I'm going to take the young ones. Them are the warriors. They're ready for it." So for us older folks who are running around on Facebook and in the streets talking about the kids are crazy, the kids are dumb, all this protesting and laying on the highway, so on and so forth. Well, the kids about it right now. The kids about it right now. We don't know that the story of Exodus is upon us right now. You want to stay in your comforts when you die out, OGs. We'll take the young ones because the young ones are ready. So we just got to be on deck, and we got to be relevant, and we got to be in tune enough to guide the young ones. And the young ones have to be receptive. So that's my piece. That's what I was thinking about when I was talking about Exodus. And also, just what I always talk about the discomfort of the journey. I don't know how much time I have. I always talk about the discomfort of the journey. The most beautiful thing on the planet Earth is a baby. But there's months and months and hours upon hours of discomfort. Extreme discomfort, almost to death. Sometimes death. A young lady died last week giving birth to the most beautiful essence on the planet Earth, which is a baby. So that discomfort is going to be on deck no matter how we want to look at it. So we have to deal with some discomfort when we talk about truth. We're here to talk about police brutality, or we're here to talk about truth. We're here to talk about the continued indoctrination that set the table for the assassination and the annihilation and the eradication of a whole race. And when I get to the discomfort, I start talking about our European brothers and sisters who have to experience some discomfort when I ask them the question of, would you be so vehemently protesting a fallacy as strong as Exodus, Gods and Kings with a white Moses, when that lays the groundwork for the annihilation and the assassination of a whole race, because it continues to build on that lie, and it sets the table for us not to know who we are. So would you vehemently protest and act like that? That's a grave act of violence. That's a gross act. When you're sticking a pin in the society's head to misdirect them and poison them with a false image, with a real story. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want it to happen like it happened to us when we say, "Why you doing rock and roll? That's white music." Didn't even know it was Jimi Hendrix, Chuck Berry, Little Richard. That's black music. So we have to ask our European brothers and sisters, because we love them being on the front line with us, but how vehemently would they protest something like Exodus when it adds to the deceit? We say a swap is not a swindle. So I swap this hat for your hat. That's a trade. A swap is not a swindle, right? That's an old saying. But we get picky over Nicky. But look what Iggy's displaying. A swap is not a swindle. That's the old slogan. They gave us a black Annie, but they got the white Moses. A swap is not a swindle. So I want to thank God for a few things. I thank God for YouTube. I thank God for Insta. I thank God for Facebook, because the news convinces the people that some shit is going on that ain't happening. Got the whole country petrified of us Africans. Yes, we are African. Some of us are actually strategizing, looking for some answers in this tragedy. You killed him violently, but you didn't put no fear in me. So now you got Ebola trying to kill my whole family. Tried to sidetrack me with Bill Cosby. But the bullet's still going through my body. I couldn't be sidetracked by Floyd and 50. Because at any given moment, I know my country can whip me. So I don't break the laws. I read the letters on the door that say serve and protect. So why they grab him by his neck? Choked him out on the Ave. He told you he couldn't breathe. Halfway across the country, Mike was laying in the street. They talking cigarillos. They talk about assault. But they don't talk about the money that was raised by the cult. Finances for the shooter hit the roof like fellatio. And we supposed to fall back like that's the way it go. Nah, not tonight, not now, not never. They done fucked around and got the black family together. Black pastors, Black Panthers, black brothers and sisters, Nation of Islam working with the Christians. This is crazy. Something that you never ever saw. Matter of fact, yes you did, on the National Mall. It was the Million Man March. We all had the same heart. Then them same government agents broke the Bloods and Crips apart. Shout out to Chris Rock, because he told you they was spending mad money from the beginning to make sure we wasn't winning. In an instant, I can explode from fruit code. I will clock out and park out and go into juice mode. You don't want that, because the news can't cover that up. Bunch of focused black brothers, and we about to get bucked. And we taking what we want. We ain't making out no Christmas list, because you were painting us like we're the antithesis of Christ and the life that he led. But we are not the ones that shot Michael in his head. Yes, you did that, Darren. So how would you like to be the convertible LeBaron? Bow, one shot, comb every hair backwards. And that's an everyday black man fear factor. When we have to deal with the police. No justice, no peace. Stop the violence. Who said that shit? Black politicians flip-flopping like fish. But let me chill, because some of them are real. But some of them the ones that told Martin to chill. Some of them the ones that told Malcolm to chill. Some of them the ones with that pork on the grill. Some of them the ones with that smirk on their grill. And how do I know? Because when they walk, they squeal. But I'ma chill. Let the family grieve. Where's my inhaler? I can't breathe.
Woo! Let's go.
Thank you, family.